It's another Special Moves podcast. This one's episode 83. My name's Mike Williams. These guys are Jake Klukowski and Liam McKelvey.
Hello, gamers.
Hello.
Yeah, we're saying hello, gamers, for, just... I don't know why we're saying it, but everyone's saying it now. And it annoys me because the amount of emails that we get now that say, hey, hello, gamers, instead of the, required...
My work here is done.
You're a disruptor, mate. You're a fucking...
Absolutely. There's something deliciously ironic about it, but also it does apply to us. But I just like what inspires me is like those bad Facebook posts that like this person is a gamer and then an arrow to your profile picture. I love it. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like imagine a t-shirt saying this person is a gamer with an up arrow. So I thought like I wanted to make a cringy little thing in it. So but now everyone's welcome in.
We need to go to like a games convention together. Right, but then walk in formation, and I'll have these guys are gamers, and then an arrow's going that way.
Yeah.
And then you can return a favor.
This guy is a gamer. Yeah. I was going to say one of us could have this guy is a gay and this guy is a mer, but it doesn't. It doesn't really. No, it doesn't work, does it?
This guy's a guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When you say it, it makes sense. But So, well, I'm glad that we've. You know what I don't like is that a lot of YouTube channels have stupid names for their listeners and stuff, and it's always like kind of weaponized, like army, mob, squad, conglomerate. But we've just got a gang of gamers, a gaggle of gamers, isn't it? So I like that because it's a bit
say what you see, isn't it?
Exactly. So I'm glad we've all come out as gamers, and let's get cracking on 83. If you can't tell already, this is going to be a bit padded out because the world has been going kind of fucking crazy as per like 2020 is on full speed, but it's really ramped up lately, and because of what's happened in the real world, the gaming world has had to take a little step down and have a little fucking give the real world a moment. So all of the big gaming events got pushed back, didn't they? To I think just a week. But saying that, like Sony actually didn't mention a date, did they? I know IGN moved from a Thursday to a Monday, and stuff like that. But I don't actually know if there is going to be a date for Sony. To be honest,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. I think that it's definitely the right decision, isn't it? And he was as soon as I think I'm right in saying it was Sony was the first one. It was certainly the first one I saw, and the first one we discussed. And then after that, you set an example, and then it's good that so many people kind of followed. I think, and you just got I think you put it really well there, Jake. Like you just got to fucking just give the real world a fucking moment.
Yeah, isn't it? So, I mean, you personally, whether you find it like, well, hopefully you do fucking understand why, but just use this time to go through your backlog, innit? Because you've got a backlog. If you're listening to this, you're guilty. All right, you've got a backlog. Get on with it, and we'll see you next week for some fucking news.
We've had some lovely emails this week. Genuinely, I don't know what it is, but some weeks we just kind of have like one or two, and then others we just have like an absolute ton of great emails. So we'll go through them a little bit later on. There's not been a huge amount of like news and stuff going on, is there? I suppose.
Well, what's happened is because obviously these big events were so big, all the small bits of news, everyone who was in charge of that was kind of saying, well, let's let all this E3 weeks shit happen. So everybody's rescheduled, and then the big events got moved. So the only thing I know that happened that was in the news was something that I've known for a while anyway, because I'm working, but Kingdoms of Amalur got leaked.
Yes.
Shit. Yeah. So that made the news, and that made some people happy. So
Kingdoms of Amalur is we've talked about it before. We've actually had an email about that. This one's from Matt Withers. Matt says, "Dear Special Moves, I'm so bloody excited for Kingdoms of Amalur Remaster. I've literally been checking on it every day since THQ Nordic acquired the license almost 2 years ago. It felt like Devil May Cry mixed with World of Warcraft. Are you guys excited about it? Hope you guys are all good at the moment." Matt, nice one, Matt. Thanks for the email.
So I didn't play it, but I remember hearing. I remember it was years ago. I think actually it was like maybe one of the first conversations I had with Mike. and it was about Kingdoms of Amalur. I think it might have been on the back of like.
And then you thought, this guy's all right.
Hipster. No. But I think it was on the back of Fable, and then you were on about another 360 game. And I remember going, all right, looking at it, and then, I didn't have time to.
Fuck this Mike guy.
I spend my money how I want. No, I just don't. I don't know why I haven't played it, but then when I found out about this, I thought, well, I'll just wait then.
Well, I guess, Devil May Cry mixed with World of Warcraft is a, pretty interesting way of putting it. I guess it just had basically, it had really good combat, but it had a massive MMO-ish world. It had a really big, like we were talking about this last week, Liam, where you've got an offline, you got a single player game, you got a single player RPG, but it feels like an MMO.
Yeah.
Because it's so big and, just, and that's kind of what Kingdoms of Amalur felt like.
Yeah.
You played it, Liam, didn't you?
Well, when this news came out about the remaster, I actually started it up on Steam the other day. Just to like have a revisit. And it didn't really click with me personally. It's not a bad game per se, but just not for my cup of tea, I guess. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it really does feel like just even like down to the way the game looks. It looks a lot like WoW as well.
Yeah,
like from an art style standpoint. But like you can tell the game was made by someone who has nothing but love and admiration for WoW. Because if I remember right, was it Kurt Schilling who made it, the baseball player? Or like he funded it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a really interesting story behind how the game was made.
Yeah. Well, almost bankrupted.
I think at the moment, like flipping Gameomentary and No Clip and all that, they all seem to be making documentaries about whoever's got a brand new game coming out.
I was literally going to say that. That's so funny.
Those documentaries now are just like basically what new games are coming out. Cyberpunk, we'll do a CD Projekt Red one. But if they wanted to do an interesting story, I've heard that this is one of the big ones. Like this is like the story behind it is really something. So
just like
that's I think to give credit to Chris Bratt, who's kind of doing a no clip thing as well in a slightly different way. This seems like more his type of thing, I guess. Where I can't remember what his channel's called, but
people
make games.
Right, and then, but so he based on what I've seen of his, there seems to be a bit more like investigative stuff and just digging out slightly more unexpected things and that. So that's kind of what would be cool to be doing. I think if you're making like video game documentaries and this story definitely is fucking crying out for it, innit? The way Kingdoms of Amalur was made.
Just the astronomical amount of money this game costs to make. And how it almost bankrupted an American state and everything is like so insane. But but like the game itself, it's fine. It's just it's not for me personally. I wouldn't count myself as a fan of Amalur just because it just never really clicked with me. To be honest, it didn't back on the 360, and when I tried it a couple of days ago on Steam, it just brought back all those memories of. I remember why I did. Just like, well, not even disappointment, just like I remember why I didn't carry on with this game. And it was precisely that, like the big MMO like world, but then because it was single player, it felt kind of empty and barren at the same time.
It did. Yeah. I think unless for me, I was a big fan of Fable, and it kind of reminded me of Fable.
It's got Fable vibes to it.
Yeah, just not quite as full of personality and charm and legendary appeal, but it's kind of the combat feels really really good to me anyway, and unless you really like the combat in it, which is quite they've got interesting like weapons in there. You've got swords and bow and arrow and stuff, and it's kind of mapped out to different buttons and stuff. It feels satisfying like an action game. But they've got cool stuff. They've got like these rings that you can throw out and stuff, and there's imagination. Yeah, and there's imagination in the combat. Which is a lot of fun. I'm not sure how it's gonna like hold up for me because again, like I played this when it came out more or less. So I haven't played it for years. So maybe it doesn't hold up. Maybe it doesn't feel good. Maybe the fact the world is so barren feels especially more barren now that we've had The Witcher 3 and stuff, where the worlds just feel really good and real and rich.
Yeah.
So perhaps at least it'll bring some people into the franchise, I guess.
Yeah, I will say the one thing the game does actually really well is just the sheer amount of freedom it gives you. In once you're out of the tutorial area, you can pretty much go anywhere you want in the world.
Yeah.
Without having to do the quests. If you just want to go to pretty much near the end game area and do side quests, you can if you want. You'll get battered by the NPCs who are much higher level, but you can do it.
Yeah.
And if you decide you've invested in one type of character build and then decide you're not really liking it anymore, the game, to its credit, does actively encourage you to respec and experiment with different play styles. And to its credit, it is it's quite good, the amount of room to experiment and mess around it gives you. It was quite fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I'm playing Dark Souls 1 again at the moment, and when you know your way around that game a little bit, you can kind of, I don't know, play around with the intended route a little bit. So what I mean is, first thing I did was I got the Gravelord sword, which is all the way in the catacombs, but I did that as soon as I got into Firelink Shrine through just running past it and stuff like that. And that's the type of freedom that I miss in other games. I know where certain things are around the world. I got the first 2 Estus Flask upgrades straight away. One's in Londo Ruins, in it. So you just run past the ghosts, suicide run, and because I got no souls, I don't care. I just run through, get what I need, die, and then I'm ready to start my journey overpowered so I can get the platinum. So that's the thing that I love about certain games. The Witcher had it where you can take on enemies stronger than you if you want, but I feel that scaling's a little bit too brutal. Not only do you deal less damage, but when you are certain amount of levels under somebody, your damage is also reduced by a percentage. Yeah. So when that happens, I don't like it. But yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur's got people quite excited about it. So I'm interested in playing it. Yeah, right on. And it seems like the fans are kind of cult fans, if you know what I mean. It's I see this game coming up a bit in the most slept on games of the generation and shit like that. Because for sure. After Fable, I played Risen, right? And Two Worlds. Completely different games where I feel like somebody could have just steered me on the right path, and I could have played Kingdoms of Amalur instead of Two Worlds, and I would have probably had a different time.
I think there is something there to have a look at now. I think the remaster is probably worth a look if you've never played it before.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go for it because. I've got very fond memories of the game, and I do think people should play it if they haven't. But I don't know if I'm that keen on going back to it. I would be really interested in a sequel or whatever, but interesting bit of news from this week anyway, I guess.
And just want to bring it up just so it's here on the record. Second time in just a few weeks that Microsoft have accidentally announced a game. Yeah. So it happened with THQ, and it happened with 2K with the Mafia trilogy. Right. So poor Mafia trilogy people trying to do their marketing. They were going power, family, respect. Oh right, what's this? The whole trilogy's on there. Microsoft, whoever's working on it to drink more coffee. Fucking hell, yeah. But so keep an eye on Microsoft Store for all the exciting E3 announcements weeks before they happen.
Do you remember? Was it Walmart Canada that did that last time, where it was they revealed Rage 2 and all sorts?
Yeah, that was a weird one, wasn't it? Because it was 50-50. Some of it was not right, but it was Far Cry 5, I think, and Rage 2, and there was loads of stuff on there. Yeah, shouts out Walmart Canada. Where are you?
I guess a couple of other little bits that popped up this week was Destiny 2. There was a bit of a stir in that game. There's a live event, like a Fortnite style live event. I had a little look at the picture. I mean,
I was your reporter on the field. That's what I thought you were going to say. Our reporter on the
You
scene.
went in there?
No, I didn't. I watched it on YouTube.
Oh. So, okay. So you're a reporter, but you were like on a Mac at home in your apartment or whatever. Like
that's what all reporters do now.
You were checking Twitter, like
that's what journalism is now, isn't it? Right? But I was basically interested. I have the game on disc, but I didn't have the capacity to download an 80 gig update in half an hour.
Yeah.
But then again, the event did last for 90 minutes, and it was. I don't know. Like, I don't really know the sort of logistics behind space combat enough to tell you if it was in real time, but everything was unfolding really slow. Like, there was a missile traveling from A to B in space, and it took like 40 minutes of real time to get there. So 40
minutes?
Well, the whole thing was 90 minutes. Yeah. So do you want me to give you the quick brief summary of everything going on?
Yeah, but sure. What is it? What was, if you're a player like logging in, what is it from very basic level?
Yeah, so you know Fortnite, how they've got these live events, and Fortnite's also broken into seasons. Well, Destiny 2 was a full fat AAA game on launch, which has slowly over time morphed into this free-to-play game now, where you can just get, you can get all the way up to like, I don't know, Forsaken or something. But point is, cost of entry is free to a certain point. And in Destiny, there's a social area called the Tower, right? Which is where everybody meets up to sell goods and you can see other players. It's kind of like the lobby, the reception. And so Destiny is now broken into seasons. The new season comes on June 9th, Jake's birthday, Tuesday. And to sort of like give people a little bit of a...
Is that Jake Decker, yeah?
Jake Decker King Spot, yeah, shouts out Jake Decker. No, me, the good one. So I flipping saw this announcement, but then I saw there was another announcement. There's something going on Destiny. But June 9th is the date of the event. Turns out they're doing a Fortnite style event. What it is you if you were in the tower, the main hub, so you weren't in the middle of a mission, you were in a social space, you could see something in the sky. Now, in the most simple of terms, here's where the lore is in Destiny. In Destiny, you fight various alien species. One of them, these big, giant, like, stocky lads are called the Cabal. And you bat a fuck out of them in Destiny 2. And they go away, and then they come back with, like, a Death Star thing. Can't remember what it's called, but it's called something really generic anyway.
Death Star.
No, it's not. It's called something like, I don't know, like the fucking... The Awakener or something like that.
Yeah, of course it is. Everything in Destiny is like the Darkener or the...
What the hell is it called now? Let me see. So they sent their Death Star to destroy the planet that you're on and destroy the tower ultimately, right?
I've heard this story before somewhere.
It was called the Almighty. There we go. So they've got their own Death Star called the Almighty. It's hovering in orbit. But all the way through the Destiny 2 DLCs... You've been working with this rogue AI called Rasputin, or Rasputin, however you pronounce that, to like put into place defensive forces. So long story short, this Destiny event was this Death Star in orbit, and then all these missiles sent from Rasputin, your friend, or is he AI, to destroy the Awakener, and then the Awakener crash lands. That took 90 minutes. So what you saw the missiles approaching this sort of shape in orbit, then it started glittering, which I can only explain as maybe they were like force fields going down or shields or whatever, because they weren't like mini explosions. They looked like it was some sort of like anti-missile defense system from the Awakener. Then a second swath of missiles came from a different angle, blew it up in some sort of mini supernova looking thing, and then it crash landed. And that's the precursor to the event that kicks off on Jake's birthday, Tuesday, June the 9th, which will be a new season of Destiny 2.
So it would have crash landed on Earth.
Yeah.
Which means...
And by it, I mean, like, just debris of it, because it was massive. And what the cool thing about it, in my opinion, was after it crash landed on Earth, right, you could travel there and, like, inspect the wreckage and you could get items. But... Cool. But the skybox after that for the rest of the day, and as far as I know, probably still right now, like there's still debris falling super slow in the air. So like that was like the scenic sort of debris of the what was it called, the Almighty, you could watch still. So yeah, that's what happened in Destiny 2 today. It had a Fortnite live event, so you could just kind of watch it. That's it.
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, I've played through. I played through all of Destiny 2, and I played through, I guess a lot of the DLC, but I haven't actually finished the story of the one of them. And I had no idea about any of that. I played the game. I don't actually know what Destiny 2 was about. I can't remember.
I think it was there was a bad guy. He was a bit of a Darth Vader character.
The Red Legion, I think they were called.
Yeah, but it was this one specific guy who had a breathy mask. Remember?
Yeah, but I know I remember that. I don't. What I mean is, what was it about? Like, I don't. I think what you
just that, isn't it? You fucking up those.
There is a bad guy. Kill him.
Yeah, and then they sent, and then the reinforcements arrive with a planet destroyer, and that's it.
It almost feels like wouldn't it be cool if someone did a big fucking live game like this and they just dropped all pretense and just said bad guy, Death Star, gun 1, gun 2, gun 3,
alien gun, man gun.
Yeah, just look what the game looks like before like all the concept art and stuff is fucking applied to it.
But that 90-minute event was basically kind of like if you were to storyboard it, there's only 4 simple pictures you needed.
Yeah,
there was thing in space. Picture number 2 is thing in space with red lines coming towards it. Picture number 3 is thing in space has exploded. Picture number 4. Thing in space is now on Earth, crashed.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting blurring of marketing and story, isn't it? Like it's only really such a big headline, I guess, in games because that must mean there's more new content on the way. There's there's more product on the way somehow. If you know what I mean.
Fortnite really did change the game. Like Destiny is gone from the sort of like we used to work on Halo, but now we're ready for a new series, and people I think were probably expecting a bit of a icon like Master Chief or something like that to this sort of dibble dabble live streamy live servicey mix of all these things. I mean, Destiny 2 gets a lot right. We talk about it all the time, but it's got an identity crisis going on, I think. Because
it thinks it's Star Wars.
Yeah, but that's what's so funny is that you can use the Star Wars archetypes to really drive the points home.
You can apply that to a lot. You can apply that to a lot, but here they actually physically, literally are a Death Star and a Darth Vader type. Mask and everything. Like.
Absolutely. The Guardians have got magic, so are they the Jedi? I don't know, but it's who knows what's gonna.
It's as soon as you say that, it just kind of boggles the mind that EA haven't already done that they haven't already done like a Star Wars Jedi Temple fucking live game. Instead of the tower, you got a Jedi Temple, and then you got all the.
So obvious, isn't it? It would be really cool. Mm-hmm. I think one thing to bring out about Destiny 2, though, that I think just should be said is it's like a bit of a piss take for people because on a tower you can't do any missions, and telling people to come to the tower at 6 p.m. and then your event actually has the thing happen at 7:30 is kind of a bit of a joke. You're getting people to sit in this social hub doing fuck all. It's like when a band's about to play Wembley and then they make the crowd wait for an hour. It's like for their own ego, but the crowd aren't getting more and more excited. They're getting tired and thirsty, and they know some of them have got places to be afterwards. Some of them have got to organise their journey home. Like, imagine like some 15-year-old fucking kid playing Destiny, and his mum's like, "Tea's ready," and he's like, "Just a second, mum." An hour and a half later, his tea's cold, his mum's pissed off, and he's finally just seen an explosion.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's
a modern tragedy.
I just think it's a bit of a disrespect, isn't it, to people to say, we've got an event going on this time, but really it's a drawn-out feature-length extravaganza. Mm-hmm. So,
compared to Fortnite, which is literally showing a Christopher Nolan movie in full inside the game.
Yeah, exactly. They put Travis Scott on doing a whole concert in the time it took Destiny to blow up something in space. Like, do you know what I mean? I just wanted to bring that up because I feel like it's a bit of a ego thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a whole lot of nothing. It was.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's Destiny 2's live event. Live.
Yeah. I guess it's just the kind of the way things to a certain degree, where you've just got people logging in to just be there, rather than maybe they don't even want to shoot anything. They don't want to play the game. They don't want to, they're not planning to do anything with their friends or anything. They're just going on to watch the thing, and then it's like 90 minutes later, like, all right. Well, that was that.
Imagine re-downloading all 120 gig of the game just for that. That would be.
Well, I actually had it installed. I actually had it installed, and I kind of did give it a spin earlier in the week to kind of try and get back into it, I suppose. But yeah, it hasn't grabbed me quite yet. But I'm going to keep at it.
I guess they've done it so it's such an undertaking to download it already to see this stupid event. That you're like, well, they've got a new season on Tuesday, Jake's birthday, June the 9th. So I might as well just fucking hold on. Yeah. And I guess maybe that's it, isn't it? It's so people will be like, well, I can't just uninstall it again. I might as well wait till Tuesday.
I was telling you guys when I kind of thought about buying one of the expansions, and basically the only one you can buy now.
Is it Shadow Keep Bringers?
Yeah. Which I've kind of I know what it is, and I've seen people playing it and stuff like that, and
yeah,
I've spent some time with it, I guess, so I know what I'm buying, but I'm not sure if I want to do that because
you won't play it.
Well, no, that, but also the fact that they gave they basically made the game free to play and stuff, except for Shadow Keep.
Yeah,
that's it. I think Shadowbringers is something to do with Final Fantasy.
That's the Final Fantasy 14 expansion.
That's it. But yeah, so when Shadowkeep 2 comes along, does that mean Shadowkeep 1 will become free?
That's exactly. So what's the value of it? And I don't know if I want to drop the money on it to get. Another thing I'm not sure I want to drop the money on is Command & Conquer Remastered. Which, so Command & Conquer Remastered collection is the original Command & Conquer and Red Alert with their expansions, which is out on PC. Is that on anything else?
I think it's just PC.
Yeah, just PC.
So it's kind of it's had some really good reviews. I mean, it's kind of RTS history. It's like 25 years old, something like that, isn't it?
It is old.
They're old games, and I'm sure that things of it, they will have aged in terms of gameplay and stuff. You probably don't think about how things progress. But it's had some really good reviews. Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. It's had some really glowing praise and people saying, that this is the most definitive possible version of the game and all that sort of stuff. And they've redone a lot of it and put nice sharp textures and artwork and stuff in there. And they've even got what's his face back,
Kane.
Kane. Who
Liam said hasn't aged a day, and I went to see it and I was like, he really hasn't, has he? Yeah, you're totally right.
So they've done, they've put some work in here. I saw one of the headlines I saw was EA finally has finally done right or something like that, right? That was that wasn't a fucking YouTube video. That was a headline of a website
after 25 years.
But EA's finally done something right, and I was just sort of, well, didn't they do Apex Legends?
Yeah,
which was good. Didn't they do Jedi Fallen Order, which was good?
Yeah.
Didn't they do Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is now good? Didn't they do?
Well, and I think
it initially wasn't good.
But it's good now. Who cares?
That's
Who cares?
key.
It's good now.
That's the key.
Battlefield 5.
I think that's the sort of criticism that making something good now is good, but launching something and it's good is not what they're on about. I think people criticize EA for remastering shit that doesn't need to be remastered and being pricks, but it's
not to stand up for the fucking $1 billion corporation, but I just think that
it's true.
There's a difference between doing bad things and not doing.
Well, I have been playing Jedi Fallen Order and I'm having quite a nice time on it. it's no Sekiro, but it's good. And that's EA. And I do like Apex Legends. You're totally right. Like, EA do you know what EA do? Yeah, they do good stuff and they don't make a big deal out of it, right? Like their big games, like Battlefront, was a big disappointment. Now it's fucking good though. Like it is really, really good. I had a really ace time just over Christmas playing it. Like I had such a good time, man. Like
I've reinstalled it by the way.
Yeah, it's good. All right,
let's do it.
Yeah, and it's free on PlayStation Plus this month.
Yeah,
it's a slick game. It's DICE. DICE do the job there. Yeah, DICE.
And Respawn do Apex and Jedi Fallen Order and Titanfall 2, another great.
Did we mention this last week? But I even like Battlefield 5. And the rumor is anyway that DICE are actually doing something in the Command & Conquer universe, and it's gonna be shown off imminently. Like the EA event, I think, was supposed to mention it or at least talk about it. So I'm really looking forward to if there's any truth in that. Maybe even a proper Battlefield style experience in the Command & Conquer universe. Command & Conquer does have some quite iconic things that they could do, ion cannon sort of shit and just the GGI logos and nods and stuff, different types of units that you could play. I think it could work. I really do think it could work. But Command & Conquer Remastered, I think everyone's kind of hovering over the buy button, right? But it's like, because there's so many reasons to not buy a remaster, and especially if it's EA, right? Because it's like, are they just trying to get money out of you for something that's probably not even broken? I saw somebody playing it on Mixer, and they didn't press the button to put the new graphics on. So they were like saying, what have they done? Because I think it's literally the space button flicks A's and B's between the new graphics and the old graphics.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
And they had it off, and they were like, what? What have they done? Have they just made it widescreen? And then after some fucking getting slagged off in the chat, they enabled it. So that's quite funny, isn't it? But yes, I always like it when a game does that. It's so cool. Like that Halo Master Chief Collection had that. Literally, I think it was like the options button.
Yeah.
A and B's like. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. I think this is a tough one for us because we kind of have recently been playing some RTSs from, in my opinion, the golden age of RTS games, which is when you had Battle for Middle-earth 2 and Command & Conquer 3, which I love Command & Conquer 3.
That's it. Yeah, one of the games we've been playing is a Command & Conquer, isn't it? And it's the third one.
Yeah. So this has got, so when you go back to this, I mean, it inevitably is going to be, it's not going to be as responsive. It's not going to be there's going to be less kind of complexity to things, and it's going to feel a little bit dated in how it plays inevitably. But having said all that, it is like 15 quid or something, which is quite reasonable.
And the reviews are like
good.
Yeah. Like suspiciously good. Like not saying that there's something going on there. I'm just saying that like even Mike said then with the EA are finally doing something good. Any excuse for people to rag on EA, they will.
Yeah.
Any excuse for people to rehash an old game, they will. So for nobody to really be doing that is like a bit like, what? So I'm sure there's some old boys in the comment section. In fact, I know we've got a troop of like 40, 50-year-olds who were 25 when the game came out originally. Someone must have bought it. Can somebody who's bought it let us know if we should get it or not? After all of our talk about Battle for Middle-earth, let us know if it's going to hit that spot. Because if so, you know what I mean?
I feel like I want to play something, new in some sense, because in terms of an RTS, I mean, because I wouldn't have played, I haven't played these since, the 90s. So because I was playing like Red Alert 2 and things like that pretty quickly. So I kind of played these a little bit on PS1 and that, but then I really quickly moved to, what other RTS games were out there. So I've played these and beaten the campaigns and stuff, but we're talking like a very long time ago now.
Yeah.
So it'll feel at least a bit new in some sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
sure.
I'm really happy that this sort of shit is happening though, and I'm just waiting for my game. Like Battle for Middle-earth 2 is not going to happen, but my game was like Age of Mythology, right? If we ever see like
that's happened,
yeah, that got remastered ages ago.
No, not like like what they're doing with Age of Empires 1 and 2. Like they've properly gone in.
No,
they haven't done that with Age of Mythology.
Age of Mythology.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, it's called Enhanced Edition. It is. It's on Steam, I'm pretty sure. Because they did
Extended Edition.
They did Rise of Nations as well. Is that what it was called? Was that the other one?
Yeah, but
let's see.
Extended Edition, yeah.
Oh,
Laura played this a lot. She calls it the Zeus game.
Well, she's not wrong.
So, exactly.
She's not wrong. Oh no, right, okay. This is weird, isn't it? Skybox Lab. Oh shit, well that's cool. I was kind of thinking that, like, what did they do with Age of Empires? Like, they're really making a new effort. I thought maybe they could do that, but turns out I'm a couple of years behind. But and speaking of, that is a new RTS game. The first big one in ages, right?
What?
There is actually Age of Empires 4 in the works. Remember?
Yeah.
From last year.
Yeah.
That could be good.
Yeah, by the Dawn of War people.
The graphics are really, 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 really nice for it. If you've not seen it, like, really good. I'm sorry if you can hear my baby crying downstairs. Her sister's returned from some time away, and she's probably crying because of something else. Like, I don't know what other babies cry about. I've given half of my Jaffa cake to the dog, and now I don't have a Jaffa cake anymore. But she's being very loud, so in case you can hear it, I wanted to apologize.
It's tough when you're like two, though, isn't it? Everything's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you've come into the money with a whole Jaffa cake, so you're like, I'll give half of this away, and then you're like,
you're like, my life is over.
Yeah,
like 2 years for what?
Yeah. Oh, what's this, Mr. Tumble? Yeah, exactly. So, I didn't realize Age of Mythology had one, and I was really waiting because, like, I saw Age of Empires 1 and 2, and I was like, come on, man. I think it was Gamescom I played Age of Empires 2, right? And it's good, better than the first one.
The definitive remake?
Yeah, because we all played, didn't we? Age of Empires.
Yeah.
Definitive Edition 1, and it was just like kind of hard to explain. Like, they put a smoothing filter over the pixels or something, but I don't know. I felt like it just, wasn't that much of a.
So that's kind of where I'm a little bit uncertain with Command and Conquer. Like, is it so old that it's just not going to carry as well, and it's not going to feel as good to play, especially since I've recently been really spending some time playing RTS games. Maybe there'll be too much of a contrast there. But anyway, like Jake says, if you're playing it, if you've already played Command and Conquer Remastered Collection, please let us know if it's any good in the comments so that we can buy it. If it's
we can act accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it should be the other way around. Like, we should be playing it and saying, but there you go.
If you bought a game, because we've recommended it, you can sort of pay it forward. Yeah.
All right then. So you played a bit of Valorant this week, Jake. Should we talk about that quickly?
Yeah, go on then. So I figured, like, all the games events have been cancelled. I know that you guys are either in the middle of a giant JRPG or playing XCOM. So I figured I need to bring something to the table.
Yeah.
The heat is on, as they say in that song. So Valorant is a Riot Games special, and like everyone knows, I'm a League of Legends noob, but I'm a Legends of Runeterra fucking warlord. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm kind of getting into this whole Riot Games thing. I kind of see it a bit. I'm going to try and play Valorant. Valorant is a 5v5 sweaty hero shooter. Bit of an Overwatch meets CSGO type of game. It's got this game mode, which is like Search and Destroy or whatever, Seek and Destroy from... It is Search and Destroy, innit? Seek and Destroy is a Metallica song. You know that mode on COD, yeah? Where you've got a bomb and you plant the bomb.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Counter-Strike, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah. Is that where it comes from?
I think so.
I did play Counter-Strike. I never played it. So, but I guess, actually, it is, isn't it? Where you've got a team, you don't respawn, and you've got to plant a bomb and you attack and defend. I don't know if this is from Counter-Strike either, and I'm sorry to every Counter-Strike fan listening if this is like really similar, but it's like, it's the first to 13 to win. So it just seems
a Valorant thing, I think.
That seems a bit weird. And then I think something that is a lot different in CSGO is that each character you pick has a specific set of skills. Yeah, so you've got Liam Neeson in Taken, Liam Neeson in Taken 2, and Liam Neeson in Taken 3. But if somebody picks like Liam Neeson in Taken 1, you can't. You have to be a different character. So that way everybody kind of has a role to play. There's some characters that can, as well as shooting, because there's a lot of shooting to be had, but some characters can heal. Some have got grenades. Some have got like barriers that they can put up to block the ways. But in a very CSGO way, I guess, from what I've seen, is alleyways and small choke points. And, the map is very spindly, I'd say. There's not many big full-fat arena-style areas to go ahead on. There's lots of tight corners and corridors and things like that. In fact, guess I'll go into this in a bit, but I bought Overwatch on Switch just so I had a point of comparison. But I've been playing it a bit, okay? So it's completely free, as is all Riot Games games. It's on PC only for now. I think they're actually working on a console version. And it's kind of tough, to be completely honest with you. It's very, very competitive. So I don't know if ranked mode has opened yet. So every game you play is like, you're playing with tryhards. Yeah. There's a chance you're playing with tryhards. And if you're not, if your team isn't tryhards...
let me tell you now, mate. I'm out, all right?
You would hate it. Liam would hate it. Liam would fucking hate it. I said that to him earlier. It's got one of them... Do you know, like... Some games, when you die on a game, it's like got a really interesting way of making you feel like it was fair. And like, like in Dark Souls, I guess. But every single time you die on Valorant, you go, fuck, that was fucking bullshit. Even like a one-on-one, you always feel like you're getting the drop on somebody, and then they just one-shot you, it feels like. It's just like, you know what I mean? I'm not really a sore loser, but something about this game gets me fucking really cross when I die. It feels like every game I played, every time I died, it was bullshit. Like, and because of that, it would piss Liam off. Mike, you wouldn't like it because it's just super fucking sweaty. Everybody's taking it serious as well. Like,
yeah,
people are like people are trying to fucking chastise me because I don't have my microphone on. I'm trying to play on my lunch break.
That is so unappealing.
I'm playing on my lunch break, trying to have a sandwich between rounds, and that is not good enough for these fucking people, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
So maybe it does need that fucking lunch break tier, and people who are
Well, that's the thing. That's the beauty of Legends of Runeterra. There's emotes. There's no chat. There's no fucking. You can even mute the emotes. So I can spend my lunch break because remember I've got a fucking job, eating a sandwich and thinking strategically. But on this, it's like I'm having a couple of chomps of sandwich or some Wotsits in between deaths, and they get pissed off.
Sweating beads all over your sandwich.
That's exactly the thing. That's the thing. I'm trying to make sure that I don't get Wotsits on my keyboard, innit? I don't want to live the fucking stereotype. So I'm taking a little bit of a session to get ready in it, and then
there's something about what sits on my keyboard that a nice lyrical kind of rhythmic,
good texture to that sentence in there. So the game works like this. Then there's 5 versus 5. Each team has I think it's 6 goes in a row to attack and defend. So if you're on the attacking team, there's the bomb is called a spike. One of you picks up the spike, the rest escort them to the point A or B, you plant the spike, and then you defend it while it blows up. Each round starts with a buy-in phase, so your area is kind of force-fielded off. You can't access the map for the first 25 seconds of the game or so. Same with them as well. And you've got a buy-in phase, so you start off with like no budget, so you've only got a pistol. But after the end of the first round, you get like X amount of currency, which you can spend on guns. This isn't currency that you buy in real life. It's not currency that you spend on loot boxes. Yeah. This isn't currency.
Like COD Zombies or something like that, where you just...
Yes, exactly that sort of thing. So so you keep money and you can buy abilities. Well, you've already got your abilities, but you can buy charges for them. So what I mean is, you might have a healing orb that you throw and it heals people, but you might have one of them. You can buy 2 more of them. So for that one round, you got 3 heals. I played as a character called Jet, and I played as this brother with a fucking... He was like smoke grenades and that. He was shit. What's his name now? Basically, like, I was, like I say, eating a sandwich. I'm going to be real with you. I'm eating a sandwich, and everyone else is picking a character. So I got the scraps, right? So I was playing as this guy, Breach. He was like, his job is pretty much thing about his abilities is everyone else's abilities are there. So you got your gun out, you press your ability button, and your gun will change to a healing grenade or whatever. But this guy, all of his abilities bring up the map. You know, like in COD when you've got a Predator missile. It's like that. It brings up the map and you select areas on the map to put smoke grenades down in. But that kept taking me out the action. And so I didn't really like playing as this guy. So then I played as Jet, who's like this, like, she's like an Apex Legend, you'd say Wraith. Do you know what I mean? She can like bounce around, run around and shit like that. And yeah, it was pretty good. I think you have to really be into shooting games on a competitive level, but also like you have to be somebody that's not gonna. Well, I don't know. Like the whole thing's quite toxic. It'll like you get so pissed off when you die that it makes you want to just be like fuck off to everybody.
Sounds like a Riot game.
Yeah, exactly that. Runeterra I don't find that way in it because it's turn-based, contactless.
It's a card game.
Yeah. It's a contactless card game.
But, but League is famous for its very
toxicity.
vocal fan base, I guess.
Yeah. So I was literally just thinking, what does that remind me of? Oh yeah, League of Legends. I mean, the amount. I'm just thinking back of like, you know, fucking videos we would have done on Pretty Good Gaming or whatever about. Yeah. You know,
and in your head, you can already picture, right? You can picture this. 5 Korean guys on a chair wearing sports jerseys, and one of them very angrily takes his headphones off and slams it down on a desk. Do you know what I mean? And if you can't picture that image, you don't know what League of Legends is. Do you know what I mean? What this?
Yeah.
Fucking worst mid lane ever.
So Jake's been having a great time.
I've been playing Overwatch to remedy it.
Yeah. And how you been finding that?
Great. I'm playing it on Switch, so I'm battering people. It's not like PC at all. Like, it's a lot nicer. I really thought I was going to get handed to me because this game's been out for years. Overwatch is 5 years old, and I'm very new to the game. I played it the day before my wedding when I stayed over at my sister's because you can't be in the same house as your bride or whatever the fuck it is. So I was there and I played a bit of Overwatch there, and I quite liked it. So I've been playing. Now I'm playing like just pretty much healer character, like Moira I've been playing. And it's great. And what I love about it, what I fucking love about Overwatch, is that at the end of the game, you endorse your teammates that you thought were good and stuff like that. So because I'm a healer, at the end of the game, it'll say, so-and-so endorsed you, said that you were a great team player. So-and-so endorsed you and said that you were great support. And it's just that makes you think like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It sounds like the exact opposite of...
Now, I know that Overwatch is super toxic, but on the Switch, the amount of hoops you've got to jump through to be toxic is funny. You've got to get the My Nintendo app on your phone, connect voice chat to your app, get the microphone, put it on your... No one does it. Everyone's using, like, the emote system. Hello, go here. But there's not a, like, suck my dick, you stupid little bitch emote. So because of that, like, it's not very toxic. You'll have somebody saying, like, help, help, help. Other than that, you're good to go. And then at the end, everyone endorses. And if my team's shit, what do? I'll endorse the enemy team. Just say great sportsmanship. so you know, that's the nicest way to be toxic ever, isn't it? Think none of you are worthy. I'll endorse the enemy team.
I like how much imagination you put into being a prick.
yeah. Honestly, yeah. Making a living off being a prick in a creative way.
Okay, that's cool. That sounds like a good balance, though, between between the
hero
two.
Shooters. I thought I'd bring it for the podcast. I thought.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's good stuff, man. All right, then. We've had some good emails this week, as I said earlier. If you want to send us an email, the address is dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. It's dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. Send us stories, opinions, whatever you've been doing. Just let us know. That's what the best ones usually are. They're just little stories. Like this one, I guess. This one is from Lee and Lucas. Lee is a Patreon supporter, and as is Lucas, I guess. The family support us on Patreon.
Sorry, Lucas. We can't have a large Big Mac meal because the extra money goes to special meals.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm doing my part, Dad.
So Lee and Lucas say, Dear Special Moves, Knack has been ridiculed upon release, and even more so when it got a sequel. That's Knack. And I would never have even contemplated playing it. However, having had a son, Lucas, not named after the main character in Knack, can I just add? I slowly introduced him to games in his early years, letting him move characters around with his sticks and so on. I showed him Knack 1 when he was 4 years old. I learned that Knack 2 was co-op, and I have to say, for kids as an introductory game, it is perfect. It's not overly complicated in terms of controls. It's something he picked up very easily. But the best feature they did was if there was any difficult parts, he could pass them by warping to me using the warp to me button. That was a proud dad moment when we completed it together. He's attached a picture for us to have a look at, which is really, really nice. There's a few pictures of Lucas absolutely buzzing because he's completed the game. So thanks for sending those in.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. The email goes on. Gaming has become our bonding time to give the wife a bit of peace. Lucas is now 5.5 years old and has finished Lego City, Lego Jurassic World, partly co-op with me. He has finished Lego Ninjago, Knack 1 and 2 by himself and is now on Ratchet & Clank, Resogun, and we are co-oping Minecraft Dungeons. Gaming always gets bad press when it comes to kids, but it's all good in moderation. It's been amazing for his development of puzzle solving, reading and spelling, even down to him creating in Minecraft survival and learning the crafting by memory. He's now teaching me things and has got both his grandmas into playing with him too. I will never forget, though, that this all started with Knack. And whenever I hear the chuckle after Knack is mentioned, as I have literally just done without thinking, I only have good memories. Keep up the great work, lads. Stay safe. Loves, hugs and kisses, Lee and Lucas. That's a great email.
That's a great email.
Great.
My daughter is really, really young still. She's just, like I say, eating Jaffa cakes, screeching. She is holding my PlayStation controller a lot. But my stepdaughter, Ellie, she is not really a gamer at all, yeah? When I say, hey, gamers, doesn't apply to her. She watches me on Dark Souls. That is bad parenting, but she likes it. So we play Dark Souls together. She praises the sun. She enjoys it. But gaming, what it is, yeah, she gets like really anxious playing games. Yeah. And she hates dying. So Crash Bandicoot, first level, she fell down the hole and it made the belly go like, you know what I mean? And since then, she's scared of playing it. She hates playing games like that. Although she'll watch me play stuff like, yeah, Dark Souls and Bloodborne and whatever. I remember she sent Mike a message some years ago talking about Ludwig or whatever. Remember? She's into it. She's into horror and shit like that, yeah? She's not into gaming. But the time we did play some games together is Star Wars Battlefront 1, where like I'd hold we were playing dogfight mode, you know, whatever, and she would just press R2. So she'd do the killing and I'd do the moving, innit? And Tearaway Unfolded we did all the way through. So Lucas needs to get onto Tearaway Unfolded. It's on PlayStation and it's mint. And what's really cool about it is that you can like draw custom things in it. So like you can make your own flag or whatever, and it could literally just be the word Lucas, and you can use your own inventions in the game in a Little Big Planet way, but more integrated into the actual gameplay. It's really, really, really cool. Like you draw your own butterfly and then loads of butterflies appear. So I don't know. It's quite funny.
There's a great selection of games there when you run through everything that he's played.
Lego,
a couple of Lego games, Lego Ninjago, Knack 1 and 2. Ratchet and Clank is... I love Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is an absolute belter. Resogun and, Minecraft Dungeons, which you guys...
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about me and Ellie playing that, but she's discovered... The point I was going to make is, like... it was kind of a warning, actually, to Lee. So Ellie's not a gamer, blah, 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 but she's discovered Animal Crossing, yeah? And it's like crack. She is obsessed with Animal Crossing to the point where it's like she's gone from not taking an interest to like even I'm like, well, no, go get off it now. Have your tea. Do you know what I mean? Go. Just remember being a normal person. Yeah. So just keep Lucas away from it, okay? Because it's a slippery slope, isn't it? Mike knows as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a slippery slope. If you've got an Nintendo Switch, Animal Crossing's too dangerous. But
Laura's played an awful lot of it.
I got my dad into Animal Crossing. And he hasn't. Yeah, he's on it every day, multiple hours a day, every day, without fail. He's ahead of me. He's got the biggest house you can get. He's got the biggest shop. He's way ahead of me.
What was the last game he played? Wasn't it Division 2?
Yeah. Well, when my dad got Animal Crossing, he kept like asking me, going like, "Oh, how'd you do this?" Like basic stuff, like digging stuff up with a shovel. And I was saying to him, like, you can do top level raids in Division 2, but you can't dig up a rock in Animal Crossing.
Maybe this is why he's done good. You've kind of injured his ego. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna fucking show him.
You've been like Paulie in Rocky.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I flew over to his island and gave him like loads of iron and stuff to save him grinding it out so he could get ahead. I was a good son. I helped out.
That's class.
Yeah,
that's really good.
My nephew's just started playing games. He's into Minecraft big time at the minute.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
That's the
family gaming.
They do it in school. Ellie actually plays Minecraft in school, and that's it. So when we play it at home, it's just like school for her, so she doesn't like it. So we don't do that either. But that if I could get her on Ratchet and Clank, I fucking would.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. Do you know what? I might replay that. So I got a new TV a few months ago, and I'm just trying to think of everything that I played on PlayStation. Since I've had it, that I've thought this looks amazing. So I can play it again on an OLED, so I can see what it looks like.
I haven't played it, Ratchet and Clank since it came out. The original Ratchet and Clank when it came out. I haven't played that new one. I've got it though.
Superb. It's superb, Jake.
It's really
honestly.
good.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation Plus game, wasn't it? So I've got it, but it just never comes to mind. But yeah maybe I should.
Amazing. That's a great email. Thank you very much, Lee and Lucas. We got another one. This one's from New Zealand. Not like the whole country, but the person.
Yeah, stay away.
Jacinda, signed Jacinda Harden. Okay, so this one is from Mark, aka Fish Pockets, who's emailed us before. He's been watching and listening for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Mark says, Dear Special Moves, I'm a long-time listener and supporter from New Zealand. I agree that New Zealand handled the whole virus thing pretty well, really. The joys of being an island nation, I guess. Yeah, well, tell it to us.
Yeah.
I'm laying in hospital after having my appendix removed. Ouch. And I'm looking at the prospect of a minimum of 2 weeks off work. I've got a couple of TV shows, some movies, games to catch up on. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hitman 2, Children of Morta, The Messenger, Risk of Rain 2, and a bunch of games from several Humble Bundles. Well, he said TV shows, movies, and games. Those are all games, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I've also got Deep Rock Galactic to play with my mates. I only just started playing the other week, but it looks like a great co-op game with heaps of replay value like Left 4 Dead 2, and it's got an overwhelmingly positive response on Steam. From what I can see, it's a great example of how an unlock system and cosmetics should be handled in a game. Play the game and get new stuff at a decent rate. Pretty old school. What are your thoughts? I like to support games like this. Are there any other games I should line up to play? Cheers, Mark. Deep Rock Galactic,
Well, funnily enough,
don't know anything about it.
Funnily enough, the day after the podcast last week, I was on my Xbox and it came up, Deep Rock Galactic. I don't know if it was on sale or something. I assumed it was added to Game Pass. So I watched the trailer and I remembered it from a couple of E3s ago. I want to say it was E3 2017. And it was like, it's like a low poly dwarf mining-y thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, I was ready to download it. And then it was quite pricey from what I remember. Well, I think it was like 28 quid or something.
Yeah.
But the point is, I thought it was free. So of course, then
we've just been debating for ages if we should spend 15 quid on Command & Conquer Remastered, which is 2 games.
Yeah, but I spent 35 quid like that on Overwatch on the Switch, didn't I? Like, I'm a dick.
Yeah. I spent 35 quid without thinking about it on XCOM 2. I just knew I was going to do it. If that was anything else, I would have just sweated over that for
The money was gone when it was announced, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I knew it was happening, it was gone.
So Deep Rock Galactic, I'm just looking at it again now on Steam. It's the one I'm thinking of. It's a bit of a Minecraft kind of... Yeah. You can cut through everything, right, Liam?
I actually do own this on Steam. I think I bought it like in a Christmas sale when it was still in early access. I haven't actually played it though, but I got it for quite cheap in a sale a while ago, I think. It's like totally destructible environments, and you play as a team of space mining dwarfs, and you encounter like Starship Trooper looking bugs that you have to fight, and then you have to extract yourself from the mine with the loot, I think is like the gameplay loop.
It sounds like...
we should give it a spin.
Yeah, it does sound like something we'd like. It's got that like Left 4 Dead style thing, but also like I'm a sucker for properly destructible environments. If I could, do you know what I mean? Yeah. If I can carve something obscene into a wall at any point, I'm into it. And
it looks really good.
I'm looking at the graphics
visually.
And, and the graphics look a lot better than I gave them credit for when I was watching it on my Xbox a couple of days ago. I just saw loads of like low poly stalactites or whatever, and I was like, but the gun models and stuff looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's not on Game Pass.
No, that's the thing. I thought it was, but it's not. It's a whopping 25 quid on the Xbox. But yeah, well, listen, if only we knew somebody from New Zealand who was bedridden for a couple of weeks, to give us a proper review. Maybe again.
Yeah, no, keep us updated though. Yeah, if you keep playing it, send us another message or whatever, and just let us know how it's getting on, Mark, and tell us about how your illness is coming along. I suppose that would be good as well.
Well, you're fine. I mean, no doubt. It's an appendix. You know what I mean? He's an unkillable monster.
It can only get better, can't it?
Exactly. And as for game recommendations, I mean, like, there's some good lists stuff there. Like, I'm a big fan of Children of Mortar. I gotta say, Final Fantasy VII will take up more time than you probably think. It's actually quite long.
Yeah, you're looking at like 40 hours probably for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, if you sort of, take your time and look at all the details and give the game the kind of credit that it deserves. Yeah, it's like a 40-hour game. Hitman 2, pretty cool. It. Yeah, I've got it, and I only played a couple of missions and just fell off it. I don't know why.
I've not. Do you know what? Yeah, I've tried to go back to it a couple of times, and when I play it, I absolutely really, really love it. But I don't know. There's nothing. I think maybe because it doesn't have like a really strong kind of thread pulling you through, because it's by nature it's pretty episodic, and the game is built like which sandbox do you want to go into to mess around in. So I don't feel like I have to carry on to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do love it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, great email. Thanks, Mark. Get well soon, mate, and let us know how you're getting on with Deep Rock Galactic. I think I might get that. It looks really good.
It does look very good. Well done, Mark. And if you're emailing us from Ghost Ship Games, it's worked.
yeah. Remember, if you want to send us an email, the address is dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. Send us your stories. Tell us what you're up to at the moment. Tell us what games you've been playing.
Tell us what illnesses you've beaten, and also
where in the world you're from.
Yeah, where you're from is the important thing.
That's the main reason, to be honest. It's actually a fucking data collection exercise in disguise.
Yeah.
So new games, there's not a huge amount.
No.
Actually, there's one announcement this week that we haven't mentioned, which was Total War.
Yes.
Whatchamacallit?
Yep, Troy. Total War Saga Troy.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's pretty cool. So we did Total War Saga
Thrones of Britannia.
Yeah. Which was uniquely exciting because you could play as not just Wales.
Yeah.
North Wales.
In Crusader Kings 3, you can play as Denby. Anyway,
However, the only condition is you have to play Crusader Kings 3.
Yeah. But I know they've got they've got Gwyneth, but they've got Denby specifically. Anyway, Thrones of Britannia it was close to home for us. But one thing you do notice about that is it's like a really small version of a Total War game. So that aside, Total War Troy, you can kind of imagine what it's going to be just from the name. But what's really interesting is it's on Epic Games Store in, I think it's August. That's right, boys, isn't it? It's August, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
June, July?
Oh, is it?
August.
Even closer?
August.
You just say months now.
I feel like August is right, actually.
Yeah, I want to say it's August. Let's see. And it's on Epic Games Store, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. For the first day, it's completely free.
Which is really cool. That's
day one. So it's free.
Instantly, I mean, a few people have said in our comments that I've seen, I've broken my, no Epic Games Store rule. Yeah.
Because I forgot the reason I was boycotting it again, because it's been so long.
It's free games, man. It's free games. It's cheap games. It's, who cares? I mean, the Steam was just absolutely fucking vilified. I hated the Steam the first time it came up. I bought Skyrim and I was like, what the fuck is this? I got to put some fucking store or something on my PC? Hated it. I love it now. I'd put all games on Steam if I could. There you go. It's just,
but Epic are doing a really good job of keeping people interested, and again, and I know that people who don't like admitting it, but it's winning you over, guys, isn't it? Because they're just releasing banger after banger free. No weird shit. Not free like when I say something's free on PlayStation Plus, and really you have to be a subscriber of PlayStation Plus, which is X amount of money per month. This is free. Fucking free. Yeah. So there was a thing that we were speaking about in WhatsApp a couple of weeks ago where I'd read something about games do well on other platforms and stuff after they've been on sale. And then about a week or so after that, they announced this. And I wonder if that's the same thing. In my head, this is where it's coming from. People like Mike are going to be really interested in Total War. He's going to get it day one. People like me are a bit clued up on Total War because I played like 2 of them. So I'll get it on day one. People like Liam, for example, wouldn't normally get it, right? So Liam might not get it. Not Liam specifically, but people like Liam. People with Total War friends. Then there's going to be all this buzz. Blah, 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 blah. Play this, play this, play this. And then poor fucking Liam's going to have to buy it, isn't he? Because he's missed out. He didn't get it day one. What I'm saying is Total War isn't a massive name, right? It's like, if you know, you know. Total War is the meaning of if you know, you know. But I think it's going to generate such a buzz from all the people who got it for free that already by day 3, there's going to be so many people with fear of missing out that they're going to buy it. And then they're going to see that it's like 20% off or something for the first week. And they'll buy it. I reckon that's the plan, right? Surely that's got to be the reason.
Yeah. I think it looks okay. I mean, it looks, as a massive fan of the series, I think I am getting some kind of fatigue generally with the series because, Three Kingdoms, I just didn't get on with I didn't play it that much. And I tried it again maybe a month or 2 ago. I tried to get back into it, couldn't. They're just coming out really frequently and regularly, aren't they? And which is fine, but I'm just not as excited for this as perhaps I should be. And having the heroes from Three Kingdoms coming in there and having this kind of myth versus legend approach, I'm well in favour of that. I'm completely in favour of
not giving historically accurate.
Yeah, I don't care about that. And giving it like giving you the option of going historically accurate or having this exaggerated vision of history where the scale's a bit grander and it's a bit more kind of magical. Cool. No, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's crucial though that they do have the option, don't they? When you load up Total War Three Kingdoms, which wasn't a small game like Thrones of Britannia. This was like a full fat Total War game, right? It had that available choice to be made. So yeah, like I think it's pretty cool. It's exclusive to Epic Game Store until the year later when it comes to Steam, but you'll be paying money for it then. So I think this is one of those ones where everybody's going to get it just so they can say that they've got it. And even if it converts 5% of the people who have downloaded it to people who buy another one to see what it's all about. Because I think another thing ultimately is that it's not going to be the best one. And there'll be people going online and seeing, oh, you want to get this, you want to get this, you want to get that, and they will, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a game. That's probably why they're doing it to a large degree, I think, is because they've got so many things to sell. They've got so many games and so much DLC for all those games to sell that giving one of them away, even if it is a brand new one, for a single day isn't really going to be much of a loss for them. Do you know what I mean? They're just going to, it's the kind of game that's just always on sale on Steam. They're always going to be having these little spikes in sales, aren't they? So I think it's probably just a very clever lawyery marketing move from them, which I'm very, very happy about because I'm going to claim it for free, which I might not have bought it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the thing. It's guaranteed to be a talking point as well now, which I don't know was the case with Thrones of Britannia, to be honest, outside of the UK. So yeah, cool, good on them, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah, exactly. And the only new game that I've put down on my list here that's coming out this week is Beyond Blue, which is coming out on June the 11th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Which is a game, I believe, about being underwater. Jake?
It certainly is. I don't like games about being underwater, they creep me out. But this one is coming in hot. I was interested in it a few years ago. I saw it at EGX because it was plastered everywhere, made by the people who did Blue Planet 2. And I was like, oh, I like Blue Planet. I really like those BBC things. And it's the developers who made Never Alone, which was like a PlayStation Plus game when I first got the PS4, and I really quite liked that. Like, started off okay, but it ended pretty strong. So yeah, so then years later, like now I'm just part of the people that send it out to streamers and stuff like that. But yeah, that's like the only game I know that's coming out this week and seems to be kind of getting some interest because it's going to be a single player small story game, like Absu kind of style, where it's not like a grand, it's like proper like Twitch streamer bait, sort of 4 hours and you're done. But it's got this big marine biology thing, which I guess a lot of underwater games don't have, because underwater games focus on like the majesty of the ocean, and they normally have some kind of supernatural element, which like Absu, which for me was the best thing about Absu, and this game doesn't have that. So, you know, I'll just play Absu, thanks. But yeah, it's coming out everywhere on June 11th, and it's probably a pretty bad time to announce a game right now, to be completely honest with you, because there's news going on at the moment constantly. And I can't help but wonder, I don't know if you guys have thought the same, but you know, like with the games that were going to be announced this weekend, I wonder how many of them were out right now when they've had to secretly move and change. You know what I mean? Surely we were going to get some sort of excitement. I figured in my head that E3 being cancelled means that if they want to make a big show of this, they're going to have something really exciting for the people watching at home, which is every single person watching. It's not there's like people in the audiences and then the people at home are like second rate. Everyone watching somebody at home. So if you're going to do an event, surely you can do a out right now moment. Like, so yeah, I'm interested to see how many games come out next weekend off the back of that. So yeah, this week does seem quite quiet, but I have a feeling we would have had a lot more stuff to talk about if things went ahead, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, possibly, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? I mean, you know, they haven't said it's next week, have they?
Well, PlayStation haven't, but IGN have.
Right.
PC Gaming Show has. Guerrilla Collective has, and one other one. Something to do with Jeff Keighley.
Oh, the Summer Games Fest thing. And then EA is June 18th instead now. The EA Play, or whatever that was meant to be called.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically from the 8th, we're seeing IGN twice. Yeah. Future Game Show is the other one I was on about.
Yeah.
That's on the Saturday as well. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these events between now and the next podcast. And as well as that, we will also have The Last of Us 2 embargo lifted as well. So Let's see what happens there. But yeah, so there's a lot on this week if things don't get pushed again. There's a good couple of events, and then it's pretty much balls to the wall all the way till July, where it quietens down again. So
cool.
Yeah.
So that was the 83rd Special Moves podcast. Thanks for listening. Remember to send us your emails to dsspecialmoves@gmail.com. Support us on Patreon if you want to get access to the bonus podcast, which we do every couple of weeks, which is pretty good. It's completely unstructured, and we just don't, we plan this to a certain degree. We have a little chat before we record, and, we think about what we're going to say, what the topics are going to be and stuff, and get the emails lined up and stuff. Bonus podcast is just completely unstructured, and sometimes it's movies and TV shows, sometimes it's more game stuff.
I think this time we did games, and someone even commented it was a nice surprise that it's games, because you just don't know what you're going to get.
Exactly, and that's available to everyone who supports us on Patreon, regardless of amount. So check that out, and thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Sorry we couldn't do this one live this week, but we'll probably be back next week with a live one. See ya.
See you then, baby.